All right, what's up, gang? So I wanted to come to you with a very important topic, and it was prompted by a conversation that I have pretty regularly with patients as we're working through stuff, is that how long it takes for things to heal, right? So I had a guy who was he's retired, so he's probably around close to 70 years old, and coming in with severe low back pain, pain going down the leg, also having neck pain, shoulder pain, arthritis in the hands, lots of different, and those are just the pain stuff that he's got going on, let alone all the other stuff that he's carrying and dealing with. And he's been getting adjusted about 3 months now. He just came up on his 3-month reevaluation, and he's been making pretty good progress in a lot of the pain that he's had in his neck, his shoulders. A lot of those things are gone. Pain is going down the leg better. And then also now we're talking about the low back has improved. But he's been experiencing kind of a stagnation where the last month or so he doesn't feel like his low back has gotten any better, and it's definitely hurting, so it's got his full attention. And the concern is, like, I don't know if this is working anymore, right? I don't know if I need to do something else, and if I should continue doing this. And what happens is it's so easy when you're suffering with pain and you're in your body, to disconnect from what's actually going on. And this guy's got arthritis showing up on x-ray that's moderate to severe in his neck, all throughout his spine and in his low back. For this to have occurred, we're talking decades. So probably 40 years, maybe even a little bit longer than that all the choices that's been being made in life are just slowly adding up, one on top of another. And at some point, we have to, kind of pay for all these mistakes that we've been making, all these damages in our body. They're going to take a toll. They're going to add up. They're going to make an impact. And a lot of times you can get by with just kind of some stiffness and achiness and occasional pain that goes away. But then you reach a point when, like, it's there and it stays there and it's there all the time. And that is usually when, people then they go to the doctor, they try to take pain meds, and they do all these different things, and it's still not working. And then they come and see us, and and we provide the solution on opening up that connection again to their body, so that their innate intelligence can flow through, which does all the healing. But that connection to the brain and the body starts to open up, and they start seeing the changes, they start seeing the results. But then they start to question whether they should continue, or if this is a path that they should continue walking down, when it absolutely, and from an outside perspective, it clearly is, and from an objective perspective, it's clearly working. But it's easy to get stuck in the head and be like, I don't know. So people will start to, start looking at other options and jumping ship when the path that they're on is the right path. And this happens often when you're doing something right and your body is healing. It's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of time for you to walk that back, right? You got to walk back through that process. Something takes you 40 years to get there, 30 years to get there, 10 years to get there. What's 3 months of your allowing your body to start to heal in that grand scheme of things? And what's fantastic is that your body is actually able to heal much faster than how long it took you to become damaged. But let's be real here. If someone's around 70 years old, the rest of this person's life is very likely going to be paying the price for everything that has happened, and all the choices and the health choices that have been made, and all the stressors that have added up over time. So whether he gets ever to 100% is unknown, and it's really up to how hard he's willing to work on correcting those mistakes, right? So you go through, you're making mistakes for decades and decades and decades. Suddenly now the body gets reconnected. You stop making these mistakes, and that doesn't mean that, oh, okay, now everything is good. You're good. Imagine like a relationship, right? So if you had a bad relationship with a sibling, and for decades and decades, like, you guys don't connect, you don't nurture it, you don't water it, then, at some point you go, oh, you know what? I made a phone call. How come that didn't fix everything? I started talking to regularly for a couple of months. I made some phone calls here and there, but it still doesn't, we don't have that tight relationship that I expect to have from a sibling. Well, especially if there was a lot of damage in that relationship, it wasn't just neglect, but it was also you made wrong choices. Guess what? That's going to take time to heal. Time to heal. And that's the key. Time to heal. We live in this pill popping, fast acting type of a world where you want to take a pill for every pain so that you don't have to feel it, you don't have to deal with it. You can just cover up all the bad choices that we've made, all the symptoms. Even if those bad choices were made because you didn't know any better, they were still the wrong choices. But we are now in control. And when you're in control, you can start to make the right choices. And once you start making the right choices, the big mistake is don't get off that path. You're doing the right things for your body. When you're making the right choices for your body, stay on the path. The thing that's working, don't say, oh, it worked, I'm going to go do something else now. Keep doing the thing that worked. If you want to try something else, then try something in addition to, not in lieu of, not in replacement of the thing that worked. And that's where people's brains, that they just don't, they're not processing this appropriately. They're not thinking about things appropriately when they're considering that. And I don't care what this is. I don't care if we're talking about you made you're coming to a chiropractor and you're getting adjusted and you're seeing, and in that respect, or if we're talking about it from a perspective of you made dietary changes and your dietary changes got you so far, and if you say, oh man, it should, changing my diet now and starting to eat raw fruits and vegetables, it should clear, I should notice amazing improvements immediately. That's a misunderstanding of how the body works. One, you're gonna have detox reactions. That's a whole other conversation when you start opening up that can of worms there. But it's so important to understand time. Time is a huge component that we have to learn to respect. And if we don't respect it, it doesn't matter, because time if you disrespect time, time will disrespect you. And so you're going to keep paying it. So at some point you got to pay the piper for all the mistakes that you've made, and you better just understand that. We can shorten that, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to help you to shorten that karma. We're helping to clear people of the karma, the energy that they've done in the past. Right? All those choices that you made, we got to clear that. We got to get rid of that. We got to get that baggage off of you. That doesn't mean it's going to be an overnight success. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy, and it's going to take consistent effort from you, not from me. It's going to take it from you. And we're all on the hero's journey. This is your journey to walk. Nobody else's. Right? People can help you, but ultimately you're the healer. You have to figure out how to make the right choices so that divine energy inside of you is able to do its job, which is going to be healing you. Right? And it's also going to be teaching you lessons that one way or another you're going to have to learn in this lifetime or the next. So I hope that that kind of makes some sense to you, because it's huge. It's a law. It doesn't change. This is for everybody. So respect the time that it takes to heal. And when you're doing the right things, keep doing the right things. Add other things to test out. Don't take away the things that you know are working. That's what I got for you today.